welcome back to Indy Haunts. And if this is your first time joining me, I'm your host, That Dead Girl, and I will be sitting down to share with you a spooky story from my home state of Indiana. I am joined today by a special co host. That's Mr. Tyrion. That is one of my four cats, and he's just chilling back there on the bed taking a little nap, so I'm not going to bother him. He's just, hanging out. It's not abnormal to see, cats around my house. As I said, I have four. So if you happen to see them walking around back here, just don't pay any attention to it. In the last Indie Haunts video, we did start talking about the Willows Wheat property, and that place is absolutely insane. I definitely truly believe that it's haunted. Definitely got to be some type of negative energy there for all of those bad things to keep happening. And as always, I'm definitely always looking for, new content or new ideas. I'm always interested in hearing about stories I've never heard before. So if you know of anything that you would like me to talk about, definitely leave it in the comments below and I will dig into that. And if I find something interesting, I will definitely, make a video about it. The story that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, I actually have never heard of this story. Much like the Willow's Weep story, I had never heard of that either. But once I started to read up on it, it definitely gave me the creeps, and I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. So today we are going to be talking about Hell's Gate in Brazil, Indiana. Numerous people believe that the gate to hell does actually exist, and it's located, right here in Indiana. There are even rumors that there are actually 7 different gates located in and around the Wabash Valley area. Amidst all of the folklore, surrounding this particular location, there was one story that I came across multiple times. People actually believe that a train was derailed at this location many years ago, and all of the passengers aboard that train had tragically died. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it's believed that these people and their souls were actually sent straight to hell. The location is definitely known to be a host for paranormal activity, with most of this activity happening during or after the witching hour. It's said that cries from restless spirits can be heard from the train tracks that are located actually right above the tunnel. Some people have actually reported chanting sounds coming from the surrounding wooded areas as well. And while most of these stories and sightings are known to be seen at night, people have also claimed to have seen spirits and things like that during the daytime as well. Occult practices are said to happen at this location quite frequently. Some even believe that black magic has been used here and that human and animal sacrifices have actually been made. Some even say that you can actually hear whispers from former cult leaders within the woods, that have long since passed. One of the more popular stories I did come across tells of the guardian spirit who actually watches over the location. The spirit is said to be at least 7 feet tall, strongly resembling the Grim Reaper, black cloak and all. It's said that this spirit will appear to you about 30 minutes after being under the bridge itself. It's said that once the spirit sees you, he will let out a hellish scream and begin chasing you under the bridgeway. I wasn't able to find a lot of eyewitness accounts about the location or any sightings or happenings that anyone may have recorded, but I did come across a story from a person who had been investigating the area. Now, this person that was conducting this paranormal investigation claims to have seen around 20 figures all dressed in black atop the train tracks. The person actually believed that there were 20 or more of these, black figures, and actually said that he could hear moans and screams and even chanting. I don't know about y'all, but to me, it sounds like some freaky deaky cult shit has happened or is still probably happening at this location. Whether the story is true about the train derailment and the passengers dying, I could not find any factual information to support that, but I will say that There are so many people who have told this story that, in my mind, that says that there has to be at least some small portion of truth in there. So I've talked to you a little bit about maybe some freaky things that some people have reportedly seen, and now I definitely want to get into the actual, I guess, game, if you will. I don't know that I would ever want to play this game, but apparently this is a thing that people do when they go to Hell's Gate in Brazil, Indiana. So the legend says that you must approach the tunnel and either flash your headlights of your car 3 times, or if you're on foot, flash a flashlight 3 times. Now, once you've done this, you either drive or walk, to the middle of the tunnel and turn off your light and wait approximately 10 minutes. Some claim that during this point in their little game or adventure that they actually heard banging on the roofs and windows of the car, and actually that the car had begun to shake. And it's during this point, actually, where supposedly all of the graffiti that's within the tunnel itself will start to glow. There's also stories and reports of blood being seen dripping down these tunnel walls as well. And at this time, if you should so happen to see your name glowing on this wall inside of the tunnel, it is believed that you will be dead by morning. And so apparently, if you've seen your name in the tunnel as you are driving back through, um, you will see a tree appear at the end of the tunnel. It is said that you can actually see 2 children hanging by their necks from this tree at the end of this tunnel. And it's believed that if you see this, that you should leave immediately, because if you linger too long, your fate will be sealed. And as the story goes, there are a total of 7 bridges that you must pass through to kind of complete this. Upon passing through all 7 of these gates, you should be able to look back and see the gates of hell actually closing behind you. Now, as to where these other 6 gates are located, I couldn't find a lot of information in regards to that. I did read a few things that said that the one in Brazil, Indiana, is actually one of the last ones still standing. So I could definitely see that with, railroads and things like that not being as popular as they once were. I could see them tearing stuff like that down to make way for something new. I also came across just some weirdness, I guess, about trying to find directions to the exact location, because I did end up finding 3 different sets of directions to this place. So I would say if you're interested in going here, definitely do your research, and you'd probably just be better off using Google Maps if you can, because the directions that people have given seem sketchy. I don't know why there would be all these different directions for one location, and yeah, let's just not follow directions like that, because who the hell knows where the fuck you're gonna end up in Indiana. Probably fucking wake up in a damn cornfield somewhere with Billy Bob Joe fucking strumming a banjo, and yeah. So I know that this is a very short story, but I mean, that's kind of the point of the Indy Haunt series, is to just get right to the point and kind of just spread the word about these spooky places. Definitely do let me know in the comments below if you or anyone you know has actually traveled to Hell's Gate in Brazil, Indiana. I'm interested to hear your story. Did you see something? Did you hear something? Definitely let me know in the comments. I do think this story is very fucking creepy. It actually kind of gave me the creeps while researching it, and I would definitely let you know that I will never, ever, 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 honey, be going there and trying that shit. Fucking with hell, that's just a little bit too much for me, and yeah, I will not be going there. I had a few people ask if I was actually going to go and film, some stuff at the actual location. And in the future, I definitely may do that for certain locations, but this one just seems a little bit too dark for me. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of this series of Indie Haunts, and definitely working on a lot more new content for this series, because I have actually had a lot of fun sharing these stories with you guys. So As always, thank you to my returning viewers. You guys are the shit. If you're a new viewer, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Definitely, if you like what I'm doing here at Infamous Indy, feel free to share my content. And as always, don't forget to stay spooky, keep it creepy, and watch your back out there because it's a crazy fucking world.